tonight on Chip Chasing, we enter an FFPC best ball draft. We have $200,000 up top. And tonight we chase this ship with friends, with family, with foes. Let's do it.
Pat Fryer Helmo.
This is why I'm hot.
Anita Handjob.
Fix your sight.
Jamar. Alpha play chase.
Are you kidding me? Kadarius Toney?
You can't handle the heat.
It looks like we're finally this boys. You're right.
Good evening. Good evening. You might be wondering where my co-hosts are. Here's one of them. Here's one of my co-hosts. Our draft is about to start here in 30 seconds. I don't know where Gretch is. Pat?
I can hear you.
This is.
All right. I can hear you. I'm in.
For a half second, like, could the tech issue be on my end? And then I was like, no, there's probably no way.
It's definitely not. It's definitely on Pat's end.
Pat got thrown under the bus by Rob Coakley. We got a little Spike Week Royal Rumble going on. Pat, you got called out.
Yeah, in a video where a guy got DDT'd, I feel fine. I feel like free stream Pat's not the worst thing in the world.
All right, so we do have we hopped in this draft earlier. You sickos filled it up promptly, and we are about to be on the clock here with pick 4. We have Jonathan Taylor, Kupp, and McCaffrey go. We still on team. Welcome, Gretch. We have a few seconds here to make this pick. Jefferson, Chase, what are we thinking?
I'm a big Jefferson guy here.
Gretch, Jefferson, or Chase?
I think I lean Chase, but I'm totally fine taking Jefferson. Either guy is pretty easy here.
I'm in the same boat as Gretchen that I lean Chase, but I don't feel strongly either way.
I just think we have similar talents, and we have the potential for the Vikings to just not even like run a ton more plays, but they're gonna run a lot more passing routes, and they're gonna have a much more well-designed passing offense. And like, if one of these dudes is gonna see the massive target share, Jefferson has such an easier path because he doesn't have the competition of Tee Higgins.
I like it.
Yeah. And it is we gotta shake off the underdog settings here for this draft. Obviously, going to the full point PPR. Someone mentioned that in the chat here. Jefferson maybe getting a slight lean in full point PPR, and Michael Dubner, who has the great tracker. We need to be conscious of our extreme George Kittle overexposure in FFPC drafts. So
I will not be conscious of it. No, we can talk about our exposure in September, okay? When it's too late to change it.
We will about it now.
Is this Slim?
It's their. I don't think they have a Slim version up yet.
Okay.
So this is. I was reviewing kind of the structure here earlier, and maybe we could just pull this up quick. So the same kind of format as the underdog playoffs, where you have the weeks 1 through 14, and then you have the 15, 16, 17. So it's top 2 from your individual week 14 or weeks 1 through 14 league, then top 2 from your grouping in week 15, and then top 3 from your grouping in 16. And then it's a 63-man final versus the 470-man final on underdog. But I still think a lot of our principles, as far as thinking about some week 17 stacks with so much of the money up top. I mean, it's 200,000 to first and 50,000 to second.
Oh my God.
So you could see here,
Oh my God.
If you're not playing for first, you're getting dusted.
Yeah.
Wait, what was that? It was
200 and then 50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Slight drop off there in the payout structure.
Let's see here. So yeah, I know it's I've just ripped so many underdog drafts over the past few weeks that I'm having to get in the tight end premium mindset here.
Sorry, I was late. I just saw your note as I was loading up my computer to be here early.
No,
Already
FFPC
going.
hooks us up. I think the default time for these was like a 10 p.m. draft. And I shot Alex a message. I was like, can we maybe get a 9:15 p.m. start? And he said,
9:15 is
sure,
pretty
no problem.
nice.
Yeah. Nice little 9:15.
And then you tweeted it out and it was filled like 10 minutes. So it was a good call by
Seconds.
him to oh, you're doing a draft? Great. We're going to fill that immediately. So I'll just accommodate that. Everybody wants a draft with the 0 RB donkeys.
For some reason, everyone wants to draft against us. I don't know. Is that good?
Andrew says, would you prioritize week 16 game stacks just to get to the smaller final? No, because Dubner and we calculated the EV for the underdog tournament, and I promise you, if he calculated it for this one too, I mean, the EV of week 17 would be magnitudes greater than week 16 too. It's so
week 16. You only had to get top 2 out of 12. It said
top 3, I believe.
Top 3.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even need a stack to do that. You can just throw random players on a team.
That's right.
Have a few good players here and there.
I'm trying to see outside of tight ends if any of this ADP is that much different from underdog. I guess you normally
can you
don't
pull up the
Derrick
ADP?
Henry.
The player list?
What do you
This
mean?
is a good question. What decisions are you inclined to make in a tight end premium draft versus underdog, which is half PPR? George Kittle in the second round. Will somebody please take him? Because I don't really want to take him personally.
Well, we definitely don't have to take him in the second round, I don't think. Pat, I was gonna say you're the co-manager on this, so you're able to log in. I don't.
Okay, I'm getting that up now, which is why
between the screen shares.
Pulling it up now. Man, the running backs go pretty early here.
Sorry, Michael. I don't want. We need to get out of our comfort zone. We need to spread our Kittle wings.
I'm totally fine taking Kittle, man. I don't have any issues.
I know you don't, but someone here has to be the adult in the room. So Debo go. As far as the running backs here, we got Javonte, Nick Chubb, Fournette, Barkley, Tyreek is still available. Kittle, Waller, Mike Evans, AJ Brown, Higgins.
I'd be fine with Javonte. And then
AJ Brown was another name that surprise I liked here.
Yeah,
I think we'll get one of the tight ends or one of AJ Brown, Higgins coming back. So I'd be cool grabbing Javonte here.
I feel the opposite. I feel like we could get a comparable running back on the way back. I do really like Javonte here, though. I'm totally fine with that.
This is where I'm out of practice, Gretch, because your exact thought is normally how I handle the underdog ones, where I'll take the AJB or Higgins here because there's always that.
I think we take Javonte in FFPC, man.
Okay.
In FFPC, though, it's a little different.
Let's do it. Javonte it is.
Okay.
It's like we know what's going to be available later.
Yeah.
Where can I see the draft board? You didn't add my account on here, did you?
No, but let me see if I can add it now that the league filled. DM me what email to put on.
It's just my normal one. Let's switch that up.
I know, but I don't know it off the top of my head, so just drop it in the chat.
God, how do you know? I mean,
yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know all your normal emails. Let's see here. So Waller does go there. Waller, I guess Waller's been going slightly ahead of Kittle on underdog as well. All right, Gretch, I'm getting you added on here.
Sweet. Appreciate it.
And then you'll be able to.
I'm trying to figure out if I can get my video to stop freezing constantly. I don't think I'm going to be able to. So the freeze frame Korean comments are very apt right now.
At this point, I'm just so defeated and trying to figure out what's going on with your situation that I just don't even ask.
It's not that bad.
Gretchen, it says that's not a valid email address on FFPC. Are you sure you have an account with that email address?
Yeah, I do, but whatever. I mean,
Gretch is so defeated with what's going on with you, Pete.
Yeah, I am too. But like, whatever,
I mean,
figure it out.
It's not even worth it anymore.
I mean, I believe you. I don't know why it's saying that. Sean does it.
Travel.
Sean has
all right, now you should be good. I think I got it. See if you log in and you can see it. God, someone take Kittle, please.
There we go.
I mean, a Kittle pick here would be amazing. Jefferson, Javonte, Kittle. He went.
Oh, bummer.
Good.
Bummer. What a bummer.
Thank God.
So I know. So Jay Fresh is in the 3-hole, ship chaser, and he said he's not watching the stream because we of course have the Survivor finale going on. I watched the first hour. I swear to fucking God, if you post any Survivor spoilers, I will block you. We're on the clock here after. Fresh of course took AJ Brown, but do we want to go Tee?
Higgins. Yeah,
Tee, baby.
I feel like we talked about this maybe on Underdog, but are you guys in agreement? Like pretty a tier break here after Tee to like Keenan Waddle crew?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, we'll add Tee here.
I think Tee's in like the CeeDee Lamb tier. I think Tee is just a smash.
You guys see this shit about CeeDee Lamb growing?
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Did you guys see that?
Yeah, and he gained 10 pounds. But then the picture that they tweeted out was like the skinniest man I've ever seen. So I was like, I don't know if you gained I actually believe the half inch more than the 10 pounds.
So Javonte Tee is pretty sweet. Just circling back, like if we would have won AJ Brown, I'm kind of with Pat. They're close. I think I would have Brown at least a half tier ahead of Tee. There are still some pretty interesting RBs. Talk to me about Fournette. Where's he going in? I mean, especially in full PPR. Like, is he still going in the third round in Underdog too?
Yeah, he's going like early third.
I mean, he's a first round pick, isn't he? How was he not? How was he not a late first? How was he not a 1-2 turn guy? Like, look at his high value touches last year. Right? The pass catching role. As soon as Brady came back, I remember Leone was like, yeah, I mean, I ran the first projections and had Fournette as like a low end round one guy. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna take, I like Aaron Jones more, but like, I think he's kind of in that same range, right?
I don't want to like Leonard Fournette. I mean, it's got the basically the most valuable role for a running back in the league. It was a fantastic situation for him last year.
Right. Yeah. I think, he has to hold all that value. It's a really valuable workload. So he doesn't need to have like the total huge snap count that he did last year. And he can still have a very valuable workload. But, I like Rashad White a lot, and I think he'll have a role. But I don't think, even as much as I like Rashad White, it's like he's not coming for the third down stuff. I think Fournette will have that. One of the reasons I like White is because Brady throws to running backs on every down, so he doesn't need to win a specific role. But, yeah, you can't really push back on the Fournette because Fournette's, I don't think, very good, but he wasn't very good last year, and he had that huge role anyway. So, I don't know. You wouldn't take him in the late first, but it's like,
yeah,
that's
at
kind of
his
where
age, like he's not a guy that I would want to take. But I mean, why does he go after Joe Mixon, for example? Joe Mixon just had his first big season last year. They're similar ages. I don't really see why Fournette would be way behind Joe Mixon. They're both a good offense.
I get that.
And Fournette's role is better.
Yeah, I get that.
Isn't this simple though? Like, it's because they drafted Rashad White in the third round. If they would have waited until like the fifth round or something to add another guy, wouldn't he be going higher?
Maybe.
White's also like a really strong receiving prospect. So
yeah, I mean, White's a guy we should definitely be high on, and I think he's like for all the same reasons that even a player that we don't particularly love the skill with, in Fournette, I'm still sitting here talking about wanting to take him early. if White winds up in that role, it's fantastic, right? Like White, it's even more of an argument for White because of his cost. It's like take Rashad White in every freaking draft if you can. But I don't know. They were going to add someone was where I was going to go with that. Ronald Jones is gone. They didn't have the competent backup last year at all. Gio didn't pan out. Like they were going to add someone.
Yeah, White might not be very good. I mean, he's a third-round rookie. Like those guys crap out all the time. So I guess that do you strongly prefer him to James Conner, who just went here?
I mean, I like James Conner as undervalued too, but I don't know. I mean, I tie the running back receiving stuff to the quarterback a lot, and Brady is like the easiest one to point to and say he's going to throw to his running backs a lot. And we saw last year that's going to be Fournette a lot. And they're going to use him around the goal line, and they're going to have goal line opportunities. So I'm a big high-value touch guy, but he's going to get touchdowns, right? He's going to get green zone touches. He's going to get touches inside the 5-yard line, and he's going to catch a bunch of passes because he's playing with Tom Brady. There's really just stay healthy, and you're going to smash. Like, you don't have to be good. It's a pretty good role.
Yeah. Yeah, like James White was never, that good. But if he was, 230 pounds or whatever and got goal line work.
Yeah. And anytime he did score some touchdowns, he had great seasons, right? And Fournette's going to have those. I mean, Fournette's TDs could rise. The only reason to take Mixon so much higher is Mixon had 16 TDs last year. Fournette had 10. Fournette could have a lot more than 10 TDs this year. I mean, he only played 14 games, but he could have the 16 touchdown season. It wouldn't be that surprising. He can have 3 touchdown games pretty easily.
The other thing about Brady is that he really does dial into guys that he trusts. Like he just won't. I've been looking through the targets per route run and stuff for all the teams, but the Bucs have just really jumped out as if you're, Scotty Miller and you're running routes, you don't get targeted. Tyler Johnson just didn't get targeted, and he was out there a ton. Yeah. Brady really, really dials into guys he likes. And I think one of the reasons he's been so successful with the Bucs is that he's had a lot of guys that he liked. He likes throwing to Evans. He likes throwing to Godwin. He loved throwing to Antonio Brown. He likes throwing to Gronkowski. He likes throwing to Fournette. So with Godwin, potentially not starting the season healthy, he's probably going to throw to Fournette a bunch.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I was hoping Mike Williams would fall to us. He does go here to team 6. Based on ADP, there's a lot of running backs. We also have Hawkinson and Schultz still available. Wide receivers in this room predictably getting chewed up pretty fast. You're kind of in Terry McLaurin, Marquise Brown, Godwin, Judy tier.
I threw a running back in the queue that I really like here.
I like him too. I like Hawkinson as well. I'm maybe trying to get him on the way back.
Yeah, I was going to say, so I'm guessing team 1 and 3 won't take a tight end.
Oh.
Don't know what Mojo would do from the 2-hole, but based on ADPs, we should take the tight end first. But we could play it either way.
I'm down with the RB. Let's do it. We don't need to take Hawkinson.
All right.
I feel like this. I mean, I guess you could make a case for Cam Akers here, who we're not talking about, but I don't know, man. I'm getting really excited about Etienne.
Cam Akers has been a tough click for me. I mean, occasionally if I get, the Mike Williams or whatever, and I'm setting up that week 17 correlation, I've done it, but otherwise he's just such an easy pass for me in that zone.
Yeah, I'm not in on Akers.
I'm not either.
Sean's got me in on Dobbins, who's the other one that I would be curious about taking in this running back range, but the rest of them to me look like dead zone guys. But Etienne and Dobbins are the two that when you get here into the dead zone, I'm interested in. And Breece Hall, but he's already gone.
Yeah, I love getting Etienne at a discount to Hall because I think the ceiling's higher with Etienne. We don't know a lot with he's coming off a Lisfranc injury. He's, the talk after he was drafted was like, we got our third down back, but that was a different regime, and this Peterson offense does throw to the running backs a fair amount, but they also use the running backs on early downs, and James Robinson tore his Achilles in December. So I'm like, are we getting kind of a DeAndre Swift type of pick 2 rounds later? And like he's a DeAndre, I think he's a better prospect than DeAndre Swift coming in.
He's 2021 DeAndre Swift. People don't want to take him because of the offense. And he's a really good prospect. He went 1 pick after Najee in the reality draft. The only reason he's not going in the second round is we didn't really see him play last year at all.
Awesome breakaway numbers in college, which is something Najee didn't have. He has 4.45 speed, incredible elusiveness, very strong yards per route run. I mean,
you were just talking
really,
about
really good prospect.
You were just talking about Brady's feel for Fournette. I mean, I think that the idea that a quarterback can have a feel for his running back, where he's going to be when he comes to check, he's reading downfield, he comes to check back down. I think there's some QB running backs, combos that fit better. Obviously, you can kind of laugh at that because it's like, it's not that hard to be in the right spot on a check down. But anyway, obviously, Lawrence and Etienne played together in college. So
it helps
as well.
I'd certainly rather have that. The guy that he was super productive with in college is also now his quarterback. Yeah,
and that guy couldn't get the ball to anyone down the field last year, and they didn't add any good receivers. Like, he's not going to have anyone to throw to. If Etienne's making plays out of the backfield, he's going to be checking down after he hits his back.
That's a great point.
Drop. He's like, Etienne, every single play.
It's such a good way to fade Zay Jones, man. You just drafted Travis Etienne. Zay Jones.
Team 1 with the colorful start here: Jonathan Taylor, Mike Evans, George Kittle, Lamar Jackson.
I love it.
Dalton Schultz does go to Mojo in the 2 spot.
I like Schultz. I've really come around on Schultz.
Yeah. Let's see what.
But I've started to get a little warmer on Hawkinson too.
Yeah, I got Hawkinson at pick 90 today in an underdog draft, and I'm just like, every time.
It's the same argument as last year with Hawkinson.
Oh my God! Wow, they had to do it to us. Bully tight end, starve the beast.
We'll save the Hawkinson chat for another day because
apparently now we got he's a sell. I don't like him here.
Yeah. Congrats on your 2 tight ends and your early QB.
Yeah.
Woo! Better hope Jonathan Taylor stays healthy.
So I'm probably Godwin here, open to suggestions.
I guess we have the 2 wide receivers, so the early start's not a huge concern. Amari Cooper would be another one I would throw out there.
I want Godwin over Cooper personally.
Godwin, I'm good with that.
So he's one where the targets per out run stuff. I mean, obviously he's coming back from an ACL, but Godwin made some gains last year, and Evans had like a career low. And you had the gains; they weren't huge, but you had them in the context of Evans falling back because Gronk was there and Antonio Brown was playing some, and Godwin was still sort of inching forward. And now you don't have Antonio Brown there; you don't necessarily know if Gronk's going to be back. I think Godwin is like entering his prime as Evans is sort of exiting it, and you're going to get this thing where, he has the potential to really take off when he's healthy.
Yeah, but the ACL tear was pretty late, right? Wasn't it December?
Yeah.
It's like right before the playoffs.
He might not be ready, but you got to hope that with an ACL today's day and age that he's – I was reading about him the other day because I took him in the Ship Chasing Dynasty startup as well. And most of the stuff is like, they're not saying much. They're saying he'll be ready when he's ready. But he talked a little bit about never having had this before, and that it's been sort of, learning to trust his leg and all of those types of things process. Like, it's not, I don't think he sounds like incredibly optimistic or anything about like being ready for week 1 and all that. But a lot of the Tampa like beats and stuff are talking about week 1 because they're saying expected 9-month recovery period would put him in line to be ready for week 1. I bet he's back by like week 4, but that's fine.
Yeah, I think you got to project him missing a couple of games. But to your point on the target per route run stuff, there were times where Brady didn't he have 17 targets in that one game against the Falcons?
Yeah,
Brady was locked on.
He crushed last year.
And as long as you're getting a discount on these injured players, and again, we're going to hammer home how important the week 17 like EV is, and just even the playoff, the late stretch here, like all of those guys are basically values in structures like this. And if Chris Godwin was fully healthy, he'd probably be going like right after Tee Higgins, right? Like that's kind of where he was going last year. So you're getting like
I think he'd go ahead of Keenan Allen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be going way up there. I agree. I think. I think he might be in the. Yeah, definitely ahead of Keenan Allen. But even in the, I was going to say in the higher range. I think he should go higher than Mike Evans.
Really?
Well, Mike Evans wouldn't go where he's going.
Yeah,
if Godwin was healthy. Yeah,
Godwin
but I agree. Yeah, Godwin would be ahead of Evans. Yeah.
I mean, you're right. He had a 17 target game, 15 target game. Those were his last 2 healthy games, and then he 7 targets on 16 snaps in the next game, and then he got hurt. He only played 16 snaps, got targeted 7 times. He was, and
that was with Antonio Brown, right? That was before Antonio Brown walked off the field. So,
yep.
I mean, maybe he was.
That was with the Jets. That was against the Jets 2 weeks later when Godwin was already hurt.
Right. Yeah.
Although wasn't Brown out and then he came back and then he quit? Maybe Brown was hurt at that point.
Now this is just a game of one-upsmanship with hot takes here. Liam Murphy, Chris Godwin would go after Jamar Chase and healthy. You could say that's where you think he should go, but
that's not where he would
certainly
go.
Not be going.
That's not where he would be drafted.
No.
Was that a joke or is he serious?
I don't know.
I read that as he's kidding.
We just got engagement farm.
We got engagement farmed.
We just got farmed hard.
We got farmed. Just 3 crops over here getting farmed. This is the yellow part of the draft.
Yeah. It's also interesting to see here, Breece Hall, I've been smashing in mid-5th on Underdog, going here early 4th on FFPC. I feel like that's actually a more fair price for him.
It is, yeah. I mean, he should be going. That's where he should be going on Underdog, and then he should probably be like, late 4th here.
Yeah. I will say, I guess if I'm going to be maybe charitable to Liam's take there, I mean, the fact that the market's confidence in CeeDee Lamb, I mean, it doesn't matter the format. People are just taking him in the first round. Like he burned people last year.
Yeah, he hasn't actually ever been very good. Like he's never been bad, right? But he's never been a star. Like he just hasn't. He's been a good young wide receiver, but like there's a bunch of good young wide receivers, and I don't know. I mean, I think I get it. Like he's got a chance to take a huge step forward with the target, the competition taking a huge step back to start the season, especially. But I would much rather have Davante Adams.
Right. No, I would too. But we're entering that territory where it's like, if you want some exposure to Lamb in the Dallas offense, it's like, I don't know when the discount's coming. He just fucking grew a half an inch. He's going to be.
He's growing, dude. He's not going to get discounted. Yeah. You got to sprinkle him in whenever he's cheap based on his ADP, you should grab him, I think, because he could have quite a nice season. He's been good. He just hasn't been great. God damn it. Burrow goes, which would have been.
Burrow goes. I was looking at that. I put Bateman in the queue. I feel like I'd like to get another wide receiver here.
I would too. And you don't got to talk me into Bateman.
Gretch, anything else you're seeing?
There's several receivers I consider here. I'm fine with Bateman, but
we can
go receiver here. I'm totally good with that.
Yeah, I was interested in Gabe Davis as well. He, of course, goes. But I think Bateman looks like the best wide receiver available to me.
Well, we don't really have time. But
30 seconds if you want to make a case.
Unless you don't want to make a case because they might come back to us. So by ADP, Bateman is ahead by 9 picks in ADP. So I think we should break. Oh, I see what you're saying.
I think we just...
Yeah, go Bateman. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I'm okay grabbing the other side of that if it comes back, though.
Yeah, I just
well, either side.
you would need both, right? I mean, we can
No, I'd
say
be
that.
fine.
I was looking at a stack where you would need both picks.
I don't think you need both though.
Okay.
Sorry, Sam. This is what you get for stealing Hawkinson from us. Now we get the payback. I forgot this was Sam from the one going bully tight end. So now you just got bullied at a Bateman.
I was actually thinking before this draft, as I was walking over to dinner tonight, I was like, I gotta dive in the old roster construction Explorer Rotoviz and figure out how bully tight end does in these formats. Because someone at Rotoviz, I think, was it Madison Parkhill, had an article about bully tight end.
Yeah,
it was really good. But I believe that was not for this. It wasn't for FFPC.
Right. I mean, the price is there for both Kittle and Hawk, and
Pretty nice.
Tight end premium are nice.
Hurts, that's a bummer.
Hurts does go. Brady goes as well, who would have been a candidate for us to stack with Godwin. 4 QBs here in this 6-round range.
Yeah, I think we're at the point where we're kind of chasing if we try to play the early QB game, because this is a pretty QB happy room for a tight end premium draft. I think we got.
I like Pete's comment. Literally just came in here to make the same comment.
Sure.
We have the all injured. What?
It's DJ's having a rough show in the comments. I'm kind of just letting him just kind of talk through it here and just see it if he gets around to a decent comment. That's what
that was very. That was like the best low key sauce I've heard. It's having a rough show. We're trying to let it play through it a little bit here.
I'll give you a hint. If we don't interact with your comments, it means you're having a rough show. And sometimes I like to give you a long leash, see if you can contribute something interesting or funny. Often you don't, but I try. I try to give you a leash. We want you guys to succeed. We really do.
Tee Higgins had off-season shoulder surgery. I don't think it's like a huge torn labrum. We're not. Okay.
What do you guys think about Russ here?
Yeah. I love Russ here. Get the Javonte correlation. Godwin. TJ's actually he's come out the other side for me. I think the comments are actually like ironically good now.
Fresh wound up doing what I suggested you guys in the chat for anyone who's curious. I was saying we should take Hurts and then try to get Javonte on the way back, and then got that little Eagle stack. It would have been more of a priority if we would have gotten AJ Brown earlier, like we were talking about, but it would have been fun to have. I mean, makes seeing Hurts go there makes me want to do some drafts where I do get Brown around the 2-3 turn and then get Hurts around the 6-7. I mean, that's like a pretty fun little stack at those prices.
Although we can ask Sam, I'm going to guess Sam from the one. If say we go Hurts, I guess he's taking Bateman if he's there. But if Bateman goes, I'm guessing Devonta, he takes Devonta over Amon-Ra.
Doesn't make
Correct
it back.
me if I'm wrong. Yeah, but it's not like you're that upset if you miss out on. I mean, you can roll a naked Hurts. It's just there's, at least with Russ, right? We have lots of other backdoor stack options. With Hurts, It's pretty limited.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You kind of need AJ Brown first, and then you can try to add Devonta. That's what you're saying. Like from a draft structure way, like to play the Eagles, you probably want to have AJ Brown when you make the Hurts move, because otherwise Hurts and Devonta being so close in ADP. Yeah, I guess Goddard.
Angad wants to know, now that we're on Russ, can we get Gretsch to tell us who he prefers on Judy or Sutton? This is gonna be a popular debate this summer, I can tell.
I don't really have a strong preference, but the guy that I think Russ is better for is Sutton. Like, I just sort of immediately felt like this was going to be a good thing for the way Cortland Sutton plays football. I mean, I think what Russ brings that sort of makes Russ is that he's incredibly accurate with his deep ball. Like, he straight up hand puts the ball into Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf's basket sometimes that It's crazy how accurate he is. I don't know if there's a more accurate deep passer in the league. I mean, maybe Patrick Mahomes and then him, maybe Herbert now. But for most of Russ's career, he's been right there as like an absolute top tier deep accuracy. And that's like Sutton's a good downfield receiver, and he's never really played with an accurate downfield thrower. Like if you've watched him try to run deep routes and catch passes from Drew Lock, it's pretty rough. Like Lock is missing him by like 20 yards, and he's trying to figure it out. Teddy Bridgewater last year, not a great fit. I think Russ is really good for Sutton, where we should almost expect a career year for Sutton, which is sort of I think the take and why Sutton has risen to like a 5th round pick already. But I'm pretty excited about Sutton.
I don't know like how much stock to put in this, but like Sutton, if you look at his routes run percentage compared to Judy's last year, it's so much higher. He had like over 90%, and Judy was at like I think 79% or 80% or something. It was like a huge gap. Now it's a different coaching staff, so I don't know if that's going to translate over, but that's kind of interesting.
Judy had a couple games where he was like
he's playing through some stuff, but Sutton's coming off an ACL tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got hurt in week 1, and then he was sort of playing through the leg thing, right? So that was sort of the Judy deal, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not. Maybe it's because he's playing slot or whatever, and Sutton and Patrick are outside.
I think that, I need to dig into it more.
They're such a fun team for best ball stacking, though, too, because you can see ways that any of those guys emerge as like a top 2 to 3 target. Then they also have massive contingent value. If like one of those guys gets hurt, Judy's suspension, something happens, like all of those guys just skyrocket in value.
Well, to project good route, like really anything that seems reasonable for Judy and Sutton, you have to take Tim Patrick like way down in his route share. You know, because you need to. There's like lots of other guys who are going to get routes, and KJ Hamler's going to have a role, but that might be wrong. You know, Tim Patrick might be a huge part of the offense. So I'd like with Russ, you get Javonte, you can do that. You want to do Patrick, you can do that. You can do Hamler. Like obviously, you go Sutton and Judy. There's lots of ways you can play it.
Yeah. This is a fun comment from Dave G. Could Sutton be the 2021 Cup and 2020 Diggs that gets the QB bump and explodes? I know the popular narrative has been maybe Juju with KC. I hadn't really even thought necessarily about Sutton, but that's a really good one.
That is a really good one, yeah.
I mean, it's fair to say, like, look at tier 5 and all of those things, but it's incredibly night and day. That's why I was spending so much time trying to describe it. We're not talking about like going from below average to average or from average to above average or a slight improvement. We're talking about Sutton has played with some really terrible downfield passers, especially like last year. Teddy Bridgewater is known for being a absolute suck of value for his downfield receiving options. And then you're going from that to a guy who like that's his best trait. That's his single best trait.
Do you have a mic next to Murphy?
Yeah, Murphy just came back from the park, and he's slurping down water.
Like slurping to a mic. Pat put the Yeti down there. Let's just get this out.
I muted it because it's so loud.
I love the Hamler social media stuff. That's been fun.
Yeah,
although Sean just uncovered the other day, he also dislocated his hip, which I didn't realize. Like he's working back from a lot. Hamler, I mean, I want to take him everywhere, but hopefully he doesn't get like super expensive or anything because he tore up his knee, he dislocated his hip, and he's, I think he's healthy. It was early in the year, but he's had a long time to recover so far. But
he's also probably not a starter, right? Like. He's probably a rotational 4th player.
Yeah, what Big Murphy eat a rat at the park? God, that video is so funny. You posted.
That's my buddy. That's my friend.
Wait, I saw you say that. Like he took the photo, or he was in that.
No, he is the guy. Like that's his dog that bites the rat.
Holy cow. So, and then he just stumbled upon the internet, was like someone took a video of this?
One of his friends in like their group chat, but like his buddies back home was like, what the heck, dude? He found it on Twitter. Not my friend. So it's blown up.
We're on the clock here. Kind of a dead zone here. Who's jumping out to you guys?
Oof. I mean, who's jumping out. Come on. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Are we just doing it with? At least we have.
I mean, this is actually pretty good.
Yes.
This is Garrett Wilson's off the board. We're in the clear here.
Yes.
We're doing it.
Yes.
Week 17. Week 17.
Oh, should we do it?
Broncos bring back. All right.
Skyy Moore, 2 wide.
It's the fucking sickest name I've ever seen for a wide receiver in my goddamn life. Skyy's up.
Oh, let's go.
I need to have more clips made so we have more options of players to take in the 7th round range. I'm going to start making, what clips do I need to make? Do I need to make a Cordero Patterson clip?
You can make all the Cordero Patterson clips you want, bud.
What a value. Chris has got it right in the chat. What a value. We got him at 809? You kidding me?
That's pretty nice.
We're used to taking him at 7-2 on Underdog. This is such a treat here at 809.
This is a nice value. I feel very good about this pick.
You guys are lucky we had the week 17 bring back justification. Otherwise, I don't know if I could have done it.
Really? In the 8th round, you're not in? I feel like that's about that's like where we want to be taking Skyy Moore.
Stephanie says, I wonder if Skyy Moore knows about his clip fame. He assuredly does not. Who's the most depressing clip out there? This is a fun one.
Oh, God. It is AJ Green. Liam, you got
It's AJ Green, yeah. Just like, I'm just picturing him on the sideline, fully covered by like a slow cornerback, reaching his arm out, trying to catch the ball one-handed, not doing it. The
play in against Green Bay where he like isn't looking, he's blocking, and it's a fade, and then by the time he turns around, the corner's picking it off in the end zone behind him. You guys remember that play late in the fourth quarter? Oh God, it was such a fun one. I spent like 2 paragraphs on it as stealing signals, but that should be
poor man's Antoine Wesley.
It's like doesn't even know the ball's thrown at him, and it's a clutch, biggest play of the game. They're throwing him a back shoulder, and he's not even. What
about a 2021 Mike Davis highlight clip? That would be pretty depressing.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's good.
Just like 2.5 yards in a cloud of dust.
It's wild how many touches he had. He had almost 200 touches last year.
Yeah,
200 opportunities, targets and carries. Yeah, crazy.
I got a pick that I want us to make here.
I put one in the chat too.
I had one in the chat.
That's my pick.
We're all on the same page?
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm on
Alberto. He's not coming.
Oh yeah, let's go Alberto. Yeah, let's go Alberto.
Get that
easy peasy. Let's get the Broncos going in here.
Alberto. Now we just need Russ Wilson to do a little Instagram post with Alberto just so we feel particularly cozy about the pick. Don't worry, guys. You don't have to beg. We got you covered. Yeah.
I don't understand the lack of excitement on him. I know, and Pat, you've been kind of fighting him a little bit because you're a big Dulcich guy. But he's 24.
Yeah, Dulcich's a really good prospect. I mean, I think he was equally good as Trey McBride. And people are but pre-draft, and Trey McBride went second, and he went third. So McBride's now a better prospect. But
right, so he went 3rd round. He's you don't necessarily. I'm talking about in terms of how it relates to Alberto. You don't necessarily expect him to come in and immediately take over the Alberto role. They made the trade, sent Fan away prior to knowing they were going to get him. They obviously probably like Dulcich too, but I mean. There's a huge opportunity here for Alberto, who, by the way, is an absolute giant human being and an incredible athlete on top of that, and has been very efficient with the routes and limited work. That
small
he's
sample,
gotten.
but Very
but he's only played 2 years. He just turned 24. Like we expect tight ends to take a little bit. We knew he was a good looking prospect, very athletic, and he's shown the production ability with bad quarterbacks. Now you're gonna play with an upgraded quarterback and plenty of other receivers that teams need to pay attention to. I mean, I don't know. I freaking love him.
Nick Bird says, Pat, how do you feel about being the Dulcich guy? I've heard like 3 podcasts in the last week you weren't even on where you were referenced as being the Dulcich guy. It's one of those things that's just so bizarre that it's like, there's actually a Dulcich guy that you now are synonymous with him?
I'm in. I mean, I couldn't be happier about being the Dulcich guy. This dude is like got a ton of personality. He's got this like crazy long hair. He wears like tiny little shorts around at camp. Like what's going on, Greg? But he's like a shorts
in particular that got you in.
It's just like I'm in from the fact that he's a downfield tight end who's like he's a big receiver. He's like a Mike Gesicki type, and he actually was like way more productive than Gesicki in college because Gesicki's more athletic. But I would trade athleticism that Gesicki has for better receiving skills if I still have sufficient athleticism, which Dulcich has. He's a pretty good athlete. He's like a 4.6, 5.40 or something.
Peter, you looking for a picture of this?
I am.
I want to see the long hair and the
It's wild.
Like,
is
it a Muscle Beach vibe? Like, what do we got going here?
I don't know. It's like a 70s vibe. Like he's like got this like throwback 70s thing going on.
Practice here.
The coaches love him. They're like they look at him and they're like, great. You were my best friend in 1979. Like I've missed you. Where have you been?
Yeah,
it's incredible.
He's got some swag for sure. Here's him on the after getting drafted right there.
I mean, we're in on Greg Dulcich.
Weird Al.
He also kind of looks like
fucking hilarious.
Kind of has like a James Franco after going on a wilderness trip kind of look to him as well.
Yeah.
Man, look at the quarterbacks that just went off in the 9th. We lost out on Cousins. Jeez, in the 9th round, Cousins.
Who did it? Someone had to stack up their precious Dalvin Cook. They read one blurb that said Dalvin Cook was lining up in the slot. Then you had to stack him up with Cousins.
That feels early. I was put in the chat. I wanted to keep an eye on trying to get him, but like Trey Lance goes, then you're like, gotta get Cousins. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm straight just stacking Lawrence and Etienne for all those 70-yard dump offs we're gonna get this year. Oh, I love it. You're open, St. Joe's? Etienne.
By the way, on the Alberto thing, because we got derailed on Dulcich because he's such a smash, but like I don't think they're going to be playing both guys together, right? Like we talked about how many receivers they have, so it's going to come down to like what this offense wants from its tight end. Like, do they want to have kind of the Gesicki type who's like split off the line, purely a receiver, and is Dulcich ready for that right away? Or do they want a more traditional tight end this year? And I don't know the answer to that question. So it's like, you might as well, I think you draft Alberto if you get him a good price, because Dulcich could basically just like not really be a factor this year as a rookie. He plays like a different position than Alberto. Alberto is a traditional inline blocking tight end, the wide tight end. It's almost like a philosophical thing about how they're going to approach offense this year. And it's possible they're just like, this dude's good. Alberto, I mean, we can run all our play action stuff with him. And he runs like, 75% of the routes, which would be a smash.
My apologies to the Kirk team. I forgot he took Thielen there. So in that case, it makes perfectly logical sense. We're just tilted.
Alberto has absolutely smashed the per route numbers. I just want that
he has, yeah. He absolutely has.
I mean, it's not a huge sample, like you said. It's like half a year, but
can we not be kind to the Kirk Cousins guy? Because I read the board wrong. He took him over Trey Lance. Also, he grabbed Adam Thielen.
No, he didn't. Trey Lance went right before him.
Have I lost my mind?
Back around in the 10th.
Coming back
Trey Lance, then Kirk Cousins.
Oh, I read that as the 8th. Okay, you're right.
Is your internet
so I think
my internet's
quarterback's starting to go. I think Lawrence here actually makes sense. Ben's joke aside here.
Works for me.
Sure. Let's do it. Quarterback
after that, you're
thin.
looking at Matt Ryan, Jameis, Wilson, I think there's a tier gap after Lawrence here.
We'd be rolling with Mac Jones late or something. But yeah,
we could have done a 3 QB, but getting him here, I think, allows us to do that 2 QB build. And someone will take Visca. Don't worry, please. I'm begging you to draft Visca before we have to with our 20th round pick.
Oh, you're 100% getting a Visca clip. Let's go. I'm in.
Pete hates all the guys we have clips for now.
Yes.
What a heel turn.
He is such a good 20th round pick on this team. No one's going to take him because they think he sucks and they think they're screwing us by giving him to us. And then the third year breakout's going to come.
Mojo sniping Ronald Jones from us.
Oh, I was going to bring him up soon.
Yeah, Willis wanted the Rojo clip.
Yeah, it was about time. He was that 11th round pick, I think.
Rojo was a smash.
Kareem Hunt in the 10th, by the way. That was a Jaguars. Good on Jaguars there.
I talked on our last episode of Stealing Bananas. I talked myself into Rojo playing on passing downs and being an absolute smash this year. Not on passing downs, but getting.
He's playing on.
Okay, let's be clear. Not on passing downs. Getting some screen work potentially. If he's the more explosive back, Andy Reid's the type of quarterback or coach that will look, we'll scheme up some touches for him in the passing game as well, and then suddenly he's just going to be an absolute smash. And decided that he's going to do that because CEH isn't as good as him.
DJ with an evergreen comment here. You guys severely need running backs.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what do you think about our receivers, though?
Agad, if you think this is a draft where we severely need running backs, buckle up for this season,
buckle up, man.
Buckle up. This is the most running back draft capital we've put into a draft.
This is actually well structured. This is like a superhero team, and
must be DJ's first stream. He's
definitely new around here.
We're really trying to watch him grow and flourish, but he needs the commenter training wheels for now.
We're not even pushing it.
I mean, I wanted great
Gallup
position at running back. We're looking fantastic.
We are looking good. Oh, I have a guy here.
I
actually have a guy.
I see who you.
I'm adding someone else.
Okay.
I added a different position than you. The guy you put in, let's not give DJ that. I don't want to do that just strictly off of that comment.
Okay, so I want to. Were we on the clock? Okay, remind you when. Okay, so we're drafting, and it's May 25th. One of the key reasons to have drafted right now is that you got 11th round Gronkowski because he's out there playing batting. He's doing batting practice with Tom Brady. The dude is not retiring. He's going to play with Tom Brady. He's going to be back, and if he's not back, so what? We're the whole point of drafting right now is that you might hit a home run. It's the easiest home run shot ever.
I don't hate it.
I'm in. We got Godwin. We've already committed a little bit of resources to, Tom Brady being healthy or something. I don't know.
No, it works out well because we'll get, first 6 weeks production from Gronk, then he'll get hurt, and then Godwin will come in and carry us to the promised land.
Yes, I love that. we just handcuffed ourselves. It's beautiful.
I think that's a good call, Pat.
It really is.
I don't think that would have been on my radar otherwise, and I think that's nice. There's definitely still a couple later tight ends coming up that are nice, but that's a nice value for him.
It's not.
There's going to be someone, right? Where it's
where's he going to go when he signs? The 9th?
No,
is he going to go in the
he was
range.
I would rather have him than Dawson Knox.
You think he's a 6th round pick? Okay.
Yeah, I think he's probably a 6. I think he's between Hockenson and Knox somewhere.
This is about where he goes on Underdog. And I don't know if people know, but this is in fact tight end premium.
But I mean, there's someone right in this. There's someone in this draft that it's man, you're just looking all the May teams. It's who got this guy and it's probably a running back. Someone's going to get hurt or whatever it is. But it's if Gronk just says at some point this summer, yeah, of course I'm playing. He's a easy 6th round pick here, maybe 5th.
Yeah, Liam says he'd go around Knox and Schultz. I think that's exactly right.
Schultz went 4th.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there still is. I don't know if I can project myself into the shoes. There's still that just lingering fear of just like, man, he's old. Man, he could get hurt so easily. So it's not just, you don't like when you draft Schultz, like you feel pretty damn good about it. But I do think maybe after Schultz and right around Hawkinson.
That was sort of my thought with the price is that people would just be like, well, he's super, super old. Even though he was good last year, I mean, everyone knows how good he could be and how good he generally is. And I mean, he's a year older now and he's not even reported yet. And you have all these questions about like, how ready will he be? But
his route share jumped last year to like 80%. Like he was a full-time.
This isn't true, Sam. Gronk is older than Kelsey.
Is it?
Yeah. Gronk is like 33 and Kelsey's what? 32?
Gronk's
I think they're both 33.
Kelsey's 32. You got it right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Kelsey
I was just looking at Gronk's
soon.
page because I want to point out that our 2 tight ends are both 6'5" or bigger and over 250. These are some big boys. I mean, like
Kelsey turns 33 in October, so they're like 4 months apart.
I just love that Alberto and Gronk are some grown-ass men that we added to our team.
They are. Any tight end that can command a hyper-abbreviated last name is just a natural stud. I mean, I think that's clearly the case here.
I want Alberto to have such a good season that we just call him O.
he enters like the Jay-Z Obama
or we finally learn how to say his name, one or the other.
No, that's not what I want. That's what should happen, but what I want is that we just call him O.
Yeah.
Ayo.
A lot of people say he's the focal point of the O. No, he is just the O.
Oh, I got another one here for us.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm scared.
I'm always
the guy in the
scared
queue is like we got to take if we get it.
Yeah. Pat, we're not taking Dolchitz here. We know that it's your brand.
Come on, we set up the stack, dude. We need to get the stack partners here. I just said they could both have good years. That's actually not my take. My take is that one will have a good year.
Oh, the guy in the queue got dropped. Both of my guys in the queue went back to back. Hyper Cuck and Robust Arby's. I wonder who these people are.
Hyper Cuck.
Cuck
with a lot of energy. Is that a draft strategy? No, it's just an energetic Cuck.
Where did my energetic Cuck
sitting in the room?
Oh man, watch me. It's good right now. Like, wow, dude, you got a lot of energy. Just sitting there.
Yeah. John says Tyler Boyd is theft. He was in our queue. Yeah,
I wanted it instead of Gronk, and
I know, and Pat had to come and do it.
Pat came in from the top rope about the reason to draft at this point is to take Gronk, and he's probably right. We're still going to get Boyd in the 12th in August.
Oh, Rashad White goes. That was our Tampa Bay stack all set up.
Oh, he would have been a beauty right there.
Yeah,
I've had to force myself from stop taking Rashad White on underdog. It's just I grab him every single time.
Don't stop yourself. Take him.
Let it flow.
Let it flow. The ADPs are going to change. You know, you can always fix your exposure later. Just take them.
All right, we need a game plan here.
I got a guy. Don't feel as good about it as the previous dude, but throw him in.
I mean, I just threw a dude in that we haven't taken for a while, but I think we like, right?
Who's you throwing? Oh, Private Time. Oh yeah.
I don't mind your point, Pete, but I kind of feel like it's not necessary. Does that make sense?
I kind of disagree. I mean, we really only have. I'm not. I think we.
Is it necessary by ADP?
I
think we can maybe get him on the wrap.
Yeah, we can maybe get him on the wrap. What do you want to do here?
I threw up Hines.
Yeah.
And
Pat threw out a wide receiver, or Gretsch threw out a wide receiver.
I think I'd rather go with your wide receiver if we want to go wide receiver.
I think I would too, personally. But
all right, so let's draft Hines. Is this influenced by a blurb you had to write today?
We both want the receiver. You just crack rocked us. Didn't you?
You did crack rock us there.
You just crack rocked us. Pat said, I'd rather go with your wide receiver to me. And I said, yes, I would also like to go with the receiver. And then
No, I meant I'd rather go with Pete's wide receiver.
Yes, that's why. That's what I heard, Gretsch.
Oh, okay.
You were gonna crack rock us.
Yeah. Well, I said if we like two wide
player
receivers,
is good. The player you guys are talking about is questionably good, and people are.
I'll be happy with either coming back.
I like Pete's suggestion because I don't want to. We'll talk about it when we get there.
I think Hines. Yeah, Hines is just a reactionary pick to the blurb, isn't it? Like we can.
He still fits kind of like
he fits
what this structure needs.
Yeah.
I mean, Hines
we could use a guy who mixes in for spike weeks with like receptions.
In my mind, like, shouldn't Hines be viewed? I mean, I guess the question is if JT gets hurt, what kind of role do you envision for Hines?
Oh, he's got a great role in that situation.
Like how big? Like Pollard level?
No.
Or you think not quite?
Well, no. I mean, Pollard might just. Like, I believe Davis suggested that he might be the 101 if Zeke got hurt. But obviously, I don't think he'd be that high. But he would be, I mean, he'd probably be like an early second round pick if Zeke was just not in the picture. I don't think Hines has that kind of excitement.
I guess it's how highly you think of Phillip Lindsay at this point.
I think Hines gets 8 to 10 carries, more carries than people would probably immediately guess if JT was not in the picture. He's not huge, but I think he would get as much basically rush work as he could, and then every passing down, every single. Yeah, he'd be their primary back basically, and then someone else would mix in and take 8 early down carries.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it'd be a little Swiftian, but more tilted towards. Maybe it'd be more like Chase Edmonds.
Yeah. Both those are good, good comps.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess for sure.
All right. I just tossed a compromise into the chat that I think everyone will like.
I still prefer going Tim Patrick here. I just think he's got a clearer path to like a full-time role than
Gretsch, I'm going to let you make a case, and I'm going to pick whoever makes the better case.
I just think Tim Patrick's kind of a role player, and I think this team is so good. I like Patrick. He's going to be better, but like this team is so good with Sutton, Judy, Alberto. And then if anyone gets hurt where Patrick would presumably be more involved, then you have KJ Hamler. Hamler's the upside swing in the offense. If he starts running more routes, he's good. His profile is really good.
He hasn't been that efficient yet. Tim Patrick's played ahead of him consistently, and we already know the Broncos are going to roll because we've invested heavily.
That's the thing I'm making sure that you're – yeah.
I think the two guys I'm talking about are swings at, like, legit upside plays, and I think there's no case for Tim Patrick upside. But we can take him. I'm going
to give Gretsch Meyers here. I'm going to give him Meyers.
Pat's not happy.
I don't think that I guess I struggle to see the upside case on Meyers because he already like had a huge route share last year, and now he's got like
he was amazing.
Thornton, he was good. Yeah,
all he has to do is score a touchdown. Like literally, just score some touchdown. Yeah. That's all he has to do.
But they added Thornton, they added Devontae Parker, they added like there's just like a lot of paths to him not running like 90% of the routes again or whatever. And if he doesn't, and also like, is Joe Judge their offensive coordinator?
Why would he not run a lot of routes when he had to sort of work his way into the starting lineup as a rookie, then as a second-year player, then kind of again as a third-year player, and every year he's played really well. I don't know. I don't see why.
I mean, so Kendrick Bourne, right, is also played really well. Are they not going to get him on the field? Because like they've got Parker's going to play, right? They got Aguilar. They got Thornton.
I don't know if Parker's net like a lock to play. I think Meyers is easily.
But Meyers is
more
playing
likely
in every wide receiver set configuration, right?
Well, he plays out of the slot, so he's not.
Yeah.
He's not in 2 wide receiver sets. He won't be out there. But they run a lot of 3 wide receiver sets. But
you don't think he'd be in their 2 wide receiver sets?
I don't think so.
I feel like he's just versatile enough and their best wide receiver that he would be out there in 2 wide receiver sets, but I don't know.
He closed the season 5 straight games of 8 or more targets. I mean, like the dude's just a target hog.
He's really, he gets open. He's good. I do agree he's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think the case for me is that with guys like Javonte and all and Tyquan Thornton and stuff in the passing game, that I mean, Meyers is like sort of the beneficiary of that, right? You have more defensive attention in other places and whatever, but he's in the Edelman Welker role now. Like he's been getting used that way. He's a different type of slot receiver, but
no, I like that. I like that as an
upside. He got 126 targets last year, and he's going in the 13th round. Like I just don't really understand that.
That's a nice price for David Bell there. At the end
is a nice price for David Bell.
I like that.
Yeah.
So people are saying like in the chat, what if Patrick's better than Jeudy? I look at targets per out run a lot, and Patrick's had a lot of run so far in his career. He's played a lot. Most of his success so far has been like routes based, and he's never shown any kind of like legit upside in targets per out run for a season. He's been good. He's been like very average. He's been like
Jeudy. This is the case. This is. You can say all the same things for Jeudy, though. I mean, I know Judy's got a much better profile. Like, our Pryor's a lot stronger on Jeudy, but Judy's like, I think he had like 19% targets per run or something last year.
I got it. No, 20? over 21% both years. Patrick's never been higher than 17.1% in a year. Like, he's very average. 17% is not good. Patrick every year, 16, 17%. No, he's just a guy. He's pretty efficient with the targets he gets, and Russ is going to help him. I think he's a fine guy to add in the 13th round of builds, but like, we already have 2 dudes stacked with Russ, and Hamler to me is the bigger swing, and I think Meyers is the bigger swing the round before.
Yeah, Judy's 21.3 for his career. Not bad.
Yeah, it's interesting looking at we're definitely in a period where all the top ADPs are quarterback, running back, and tight end.
Well, we could use a running back. This is kind of a spot. We could always use
a running back. Evergreen comment. I
mean, I got a guy here.
All right, we're on the clock. We need to just take Hamler and be done with this.
Take Hamler, sure.
Yeah. Sorry. I pushed him up 2 rounds. I thought we were taking him here.
No, we are taking it.
Pete's comments. I just looked at the private chat. It says in normal lettering, just don't talk about Hamler.
Well, it's like we do this whole soliloquy about Tim Patrick. He goes 2 picks before. I'm like, can we just chill talking about the guy we want to take?
And then a couple minutes later, it's in all caps. Don't talk about Hamler.
You keep talking about Hamler. Like, everyone has a Pavlovian response here.
We didn't get sniped on Patrick. Patrick, we let him go.
No, I'm saying, though, we start talking about him, but he goes 2 seconds after.
See, that was my thought. What you said in the chat was, let's take Meyers if we think he has a better upside case. And I don't know, maybe there's an argument that Patrick does. And then take Hamler on the way back. Because I like Hamler more than Patrick to fill out Bronco stacks, especially when you already have stacked him. Patrick makes sense as a guy who's going to play more. Hamler's the upside swing that could be the cherry on top of the stack if he's actually playing.
I guess I disagree with that.
Really good.
Couldn't Tim Patrick be the Doug Baldwin, not the Doug Baldwin,
Jermaine Kearse
who was the more, that just pops up, for like, he doesn't seem like a guy that's going to have a consistent target share, but you're not going to be surprised when he has a 2 touchdown game kind of thing.
I think he can definitely be that guy, but I just think when you look at the skill level of I think Judy's quite a bit better. I think Sutton's a lot better. Alberto and Hamler, I think, is better than him.
David Moore, that's who I was thinking of. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
David
I think
Moore.
at a certain point, like Hamler has not been efficient. Like to start his career, I know he's struggled with injuries and stuff, but he's not. I don't think he's been more efficient than Patrick. So you need him to pass Patrick in terms of the routes, and then you need him to be better than he's been so far. And so I would just rather bet on the guy who like has a clear path for a role with Russ to the David Moore idea. It's like because all you really need from Patrick is like as part of this team with the stack is like we just need him to pop off 1 week in the playoffs and it's a fucking smash. You know what I mean? Like we don't. It's actually a pretty low bar once you have a big old Broncos stack of what
does
you're
a Tim Patrick pop off look like? This dude goes 4.55 every single week. That's
what does a Tim Patrick pop off even look like?
Like that's what he does.
That's a good question. It's a good question.
He catches 4 balls for 45 yards. That's what he does. That's Tim Patrick.
I mean, it's hard to compare a Tim Patrick. He's never had a quarterback of Russ's caliber, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm making that case for Sutton. I was just going to make that case for Hamler. I think Hamler's a really big beneficiary, again, with the downfield accuracy. He was running a lot of deep routes.
19.6 it out last year, KJ Hamler. I mean, the downfield stuff is exciting. The downfield stuff's definitely exciting.
I guess this is how I'd put it with Hamler and Patrick for me. All right, we're on the clock. I mean, Tyler Algier here is nice, right?
Let's go.
It.
I mean, that's a...
Roll the clip, baby.
I was just going to say, like, there's a pretty big gap on Underdog specifically, and I guess here, because we took Hamler early, between Patrick and Hamler. Like, if their prices were the exact same, I'd probably just kind of want about equal amounts. But when you cost adjust it, I mean, Hamler is by far the better selection.
Yeah, Hamler's way cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I just take him straight up.
See, I don't...
I get your guys' point. I don't think it's wrong or anything. I think I would rather have, because Hamler's the guy that, like, let's be clear on age and stuff too. Like Patrick is what is he? 28. KJ Hamler's was a young rookie, 21, right? And he's gotten hurt the last couple of years. He's 22 right now. He's going to be 23 in July. Like he's still like, we don't know what he is. He was a really Pat. I mean, you're the rookie guy. You're the prospect guy. His profile was fantastic, right?
He's really strong. Yeah, he's just really small. He's like 178 pounds or something. But he's fast.
But like, what's the difference between his profile and Elijah Moore's? In terms of small and all that, not a lot, right?
Not a ton. I think. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
He's a second round
I think
pick too.
Moore had better career yardage share and better yards per route run, I believe.
Okay.
But Hamler was like a really strong second round pick. I think I had Hamler as more of like a late first type of guy, and then Elijah Moore is like a hair better, more like a mid first type of wide receiver prospect. But they're close. This is all off the top of my head as well.
Yeah, that's sort of what I'm looking at him as, is, you know, that type of smallish round 2 guy that we're in love with. Other, like, I'm stoked about Wan'Dale Robinson, who we should consider. He's still on the board. We should consider at a certain point. Like, I'm kind of excited about some of these smaller receivers in the more modern NFL.
All right, for the audio listeners, we've made 15 selections. Our team so far here has Russell Wilson and Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. We have at running back Javonte Williams, Travis Etienne, Nyheim Hines, and Tyler Algier. Wide receiver Justin Jefferson, Tee Higgins, Chris Godwin, Rashod Bateman, Skyy Roll the Clip Moore, Jakobi Meyers, and KJ Hamler. At tight end, Alberto and Rob Gronkowski. So our structure here is pretty good.
Alberto is his name now. That's his name now.
Yeah. It's like Miami, the U. It's Alberto.
That's beautiful.
How many rounds at our buddy Leone's rankings here, and he has a receiver ranked ahead of Hamler in his rankings that I just put
in
the private
44
chat.
Years old?
Yes.
It's just a good old fashioned Leone ranking. I'm just following the projections. Just following Leone's math, guys. That's it. I'm objective.
It's so beautiful. Leone can't win, and all we do is win because either the we say we used his projections and he was wrong, or it's like we make fun of all the olds at his projections. So you can't win.
Well, Leone can't win, like, because I did this last year with Zach Ertz, where I touted an old, and everyone got really grossed out, and they really did. I mean, they got like
I was very
ill.
grossed out.
Yeah, and then he hits. But it's not like, was it fun? Yeah, of course it was fun. But it's not like, I didn't feel like an immense sense of pride.
It wasn't that fun.
Didn't you call him to Arizona too? Or was it Buffalo? There was a few teams you were talking about.
I don't think it was Arizona, but I was saying he's going to end up somewhere else.
He's going to get traded, and he's going to be good. You nailed that. You couldn't have hit that. I love when people are right for the right reasons. You were absolutely right for the right reasons.
But as you're watching, you're like, yeah, it's just still gross. God.
You had to make the case every time we took him. You had to do it again. All right, talk us in again about why we're taking Zach Ertz.
It was so gross. Yeah, but anyway, Leone can't win because, like, when Julio Jones hits this year, which he probably will. I'm actually fully in on the Julio take, but like, he's still going to be this old, washed-up version of Julio. Like, it's not going to be this fun victory lap for Leone.
Let's see here. Did someone just take I missed Tyrion Davis Price already going. I was like, what? I don't know. Mostert?
That's what everyone who's ever taken Raheem Mostert has said.
I know.
I mean, I'm not kidding about the guy I put in the chat. He is.
I know, and I told you we can wait on him.
Okay.
He's ancient.
Okay.
Let's go with Mostert. I'm good with that.
I'm good with Mostert.
I think he's the best option of the running backs.
Or we could do Michelle.
Sorry, too late. You like Michelle over Mostert?
Yeah.
I don't know. Mostert's so old. Michelle did take over a backfield from Darrell Henderson. Like, he just took it from him.
Did he take it from him?
He took it. He took the backfield.
Mostert,
they were like, this guy's better than the other guy. We're gonna just start playing Michelle, and then he played more and more, and then all of a sudden it was his backfield. No response. He just just grunts. That is what happened.
Mostert, dude's got fresh legs. Didn't play at all last year. Played one quarter.
I don't think Michelle can take over this backfield with Chase Edmonds and everyone else.
Well, that's fair. That's a counterpoint.
Let's make a better and best ball case on Raheem Mostert when he sets the top, the next gen stat top speed again with one of his 70-yard touchdown runs. He goes right into our starting lineup, better and best ball. You got to get these big play guys at the running back position, right? It's like the high A-dot receivers. Raheem Mostert is that.
Yeah, that's true. All right. You guys think so? What do you think Michelle's role in this offense is? I was doing that
a little bit tongue in cheek, by the way. I'm not saying we should take it because we're expecting 70-yard touchdown runs, but
I feel like Michelle is Malcolm Brown in this offense last year.
Wow. I don't know. Michelle's a way better player than Malcolm Brown.
He is, but you asked me his role.
Okay.
And I answered truthfully.
Couldn't he be Jeff Wilson?
Who is Jeff Wilson in this? I thought we were talking about the Dolphins backfield. You're saying he would be Jeff Wilson.
I'm saying, if we compare it to the 49ers backfield and we have, let's say Edmonds is our Mitchell. Mostert is, going to do Mostert stuff and probably be done after 3 weeks. And then Michelle could maybe be Jeff Wilson.
Listen, Mostert's got the good juju. It was Pete's RB1 in his, top 10 in the underdog basketball tournament last year. His RB1. Like, he carried Pete all the way to the title, or almost to the title.
That was always the thesis of the play. All right, guys. So there's a couple wide receivers we could take here. We could take Wan'Dale, or we could take...
Stack it up. Let's get that stack going.
My thoughts exactly. Michael Dubner, stop updating the exposure spreadsheet.
No.
Don't just stop updating the exposure.
No, don't stop. We really appreciate it.
Oh my god.
Kittle coming down.
Visca going up. Hey, we got the stack. We got to get the Trevor Lawrence stack.
Yes.
You know what I was just thinking about today was when we had my nephew came on the draft stream and I think Pat gave him Visca's number and he's like, oh, LaVisca Chenault. And we all just went absolutely nuts. That was amazing. We need a clip of that, dude. I want to get
It's like every time I think I get a wiggle out of it, it's like, well, we have the Chiefs bring back with our Broncos stack. Well, we took Trevor Lawrence as our second QB. If we need to stack him up with somebody, I mean, you just can't escape these.
Well, our whole
Etienne,
Lawrence, our Trevor Lawrence play is that the guys can't get open deep, and he's going to be checking out all the time, so he's going to be checking out a Visca too.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Excellent for my internet to crap out during that as well.
Angid says, take Visca. Too late, buddy. We already did. All right. The
Starting
prophecy
running back.
is complete.
Yeah, we're just looking for that dual.
I think we're good at running back.
Don't say duel because then Pat thinks you're about to say Dolchich, and that's not good.
Yeah.
Pat's like, what?
Dual?
We're dual eligibility is what I was trying to say.
Sam is accusing us of handcuffing Etienne with Visca. I guess that's kind of a.
It is true. Yeah.
It's a decent point.
That's a very good point.
But if that's the only way that Trevor Lawrence can move the ball downfield, maybe it's good to have both.
What do we have? 5 running backs right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we took 2 early, so I think we're done. I guess we can take one more if you want.
I think probably one more.
Okay.
We have 20 rounds with these. I guess the question is, do we want to? I think we have a luxury pick on either a third QB or a third tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Or we could be done at wide receiver if we wanted. Jefferson, Higgins, Godwin, Bateman, Moore, Meyers, Hamler, Shenault. I mean, we're pretty balanced. Definitely think we could get a third tight end. And I think there's some names there.
Yeah. Wide receivers also getting pretty thin.
Yeah. I had my eyes on Deontay Foreman. He's the guy I've been loading up on, especially with our 2 Tampa guys, Carolina week 17, but he does go.
I mean, I'm going to start throwing some guys in the queue that we don't have to take at all, but just as I'm looking.
Yeah, that's good. I see like one wide receiver that I would like, and now I already forget who he is.
I hope his name doesn't rhyme with Shmej Smeen.
Oh, the running back I just put in, you guys told me was not a good pick for some reasons that I didn't think about last time, right?
Yeah, I don't think with this specific build, like I think we should be taking another big upside cut.
Yeah.
I like the wide receiver you put in, Gretsch. There's a little week 17 correlation for us as well.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not notice that. Yeah, there's not a lot of running backs that I'm going to sit here and vouch for. Is this dude at running back still in the same spot that he was in last year?
I've been seeing people on the other side of that handcuff discussion.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I think people are on the other side now.
What was your guys' take on well, we can pick here. I think we take that wide receiver Gretsch put in.
All right.
Or also, I will just say if he's still here, I mean, Daniel Jones shouldn't be available in the 18th.
Daniel Jones shouldn't be here, yeah. I'd be totally fine with Jones.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Would have been, in hindsight, as much fun as rolling the clip was. Wan'Dale and
then the Wan'Dale and Daniel Jones would have been much better.
Yeah.
What did Daniel Jones do to FFPC drafters? I mean, this is deep.
This is like he's a good value, man. He runs.
Yeah.
Wait. Mahomes was talking up Justin Ross?
Uh-oh.
Steamed by Mahomes today.
Post the link, JW. Post the link.
I need to see this. I did not see this. I need to make sure I'm getting every bit of Justin Ross information I can get.
We could also...
Yeah, I think
I put something in the private chat, which I yeah, that's a good one.
I'm not doing this hand cucking shit.
He's still talking about Michelle. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, no, man, we don't need both of these guys. Go on.
If it's San Francisco, right? If you took Jeff Wilson and like, I don't know, I guess Elijah Mitchell's cheating, but like the guys they rotate. It's like
but it's even messier. I mean, Myles Gaskin is still there too. I mean, you're making a lot of assumptions.
Myles Gaskin's there for now.
I'm fine with Sterling Shepard. Dude actually has been really good at earning targets the last couple of years. He's just never healthy.
I'm so sick. I think I'd take Darius Slayton over Shepard.
I would too. Shepard tore his Achilles. I don't really like.
Yeah, I didn't realize I forgot about that.
People are like shrugging off Achilles tears. It's a serious injury.
No, I'm not shrugging that off. I'm with you. Nope. I'm with Slayton. Slayton's not bad.
We should take a look at the tight end landscape too, if we want a third there. It's pretty damn thin. I mean, real thin. I mean, is there any hope for Trey McBride year one? I mean, it would basically have to be an Ertz injury.
Ertz is pretty washed.
I don't mind taking McBride. And
what about Dan Arnold? Is he still the starting tight end in Jacksonville?
No, it's Evan Ingram.
Oh yeah, duh. We could probably wait on tight end then if there's nobody here that.
I mean, Jonnu. Like, are we sure that Jonnu Smith is no longer worth being on a roster in fantasy football?
We're not positive. I don't mind him as a last round. I think I'd go McBride first because I'm a little bit more excited about the role.
Yeah. I like McBride over him too. So Evans was the dude. Chat liked. I was talking about P. Ryan. You guys brought up Evans. I think
you guys want to draft Romeo?
Yeah, let's take Romeo. Roll the clip.
Well, don't we need one more running back?
Just throw the dubs up.
I thought we were
right. So if we are going a third tight end, then we should. Why don't we grab Jonnu here, actually, and then we can kind of think through that last.
I think did McBride go? Yeah. Okay, let's grab Jonnu.
We already have Meyers too, so expand that Patriots bet a little bit.
Jonnu feels like a fine pick at tight end 35, right?
I think so. I mean, if as like a contingent play, if Hunter Henry got hurt, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
especially if Hunter got hurt. Oh, someone else Liam threw the dubs up.
Liam took the dubs. Yeah, I was looking at that with Jefferson versus Dubs. Just two bright stars in the league going at it in Week 17. Really telling yourself a story.
Sony Michel's off the board. Tough break there, Pat.
Really tough scene for Pat.
You
could be the Jeff Wilson in a poor man San Francisco offense.
Sorry, Brittany's suggestion was that she was going to let Murphy outside, and then I would just let him back in at some point. I can't do that. A bit distracted.
All right, I got they shared in the ship chasing Discord this Justin Ross catch. So let me pull this up here.
Yes.
Oh, little one-handed grab there. Woo.
Oh, that ball had some air under it.
That'll move the ADP.
Deep out.
Whoa.
That'll move the ADP. What's going on with
the depth chart? I think that's a play UDFA needs to make every now and then.
Is Murphy going through a rebellious stage because he didn't get famous in a viral Brooklyn dog park video?
He is, yeah. He's a bit. I mean, could you imagine another dog that gets famous instead of you?
Yeah, it's got to be hard.
It's got to be hard for Murphy.
So wait, what running back are we gonna take?
Yeah, we got.
I got a guy.
All right, put your guy in there. I don't really care who he is.
That's
oh God, not that guy.
All right, I'll put a guy in.
All right,
they
people
drafted
are
another guy on top of the other.
Yeah,
guys
they sure did. That's the point.
God. You too. They drafted another guy.
I'm surprised Pat isn't trying to make the case for Philip Lindsay right now. Nyheim Hines, Philip Lindsay. I don't know why I'm doing a Davis voice for you.
Yeah, why are you doing the Davis voice? Greg Dulcich goes. Let's go. Nice pick.
Wow. Hyper cuck to Greg Dulcich. Was that I feel like you guys, I always look at the team names when the draft finalizes, and then in the draft, half the names are different. You guys are going in there. Someone changed their name to Hyper Cuck mid-draft, I'm pretty sure. It's a great strategy this year.
What about this running back? No?
I haven't seen him yet. I haven't seen him pop up. People in the chat talking about Eno and Ingram. I mean, Darrell Williams is just so much cold water on both those guys, right?
Yeah. I think there's a chance Eno gets cut now because they played Jonathan Ward at times. Like, that's not good.
I don't mind it, Gretch. Sean fucking loves that dude.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make my case for my guy since no one's going to take him in the interim.
Oops. Go ahead, make the case. I mean, we have options.
Okay, so the guy I would like to take is Dearness Johnson, and part of the reason I like him is actually because they drafted Jerome Ford. Dearness Johnson was given a restricted free agent tender that he didn't sign. And there's the potential, because of that they might ultimately rescind the tender, and then he would just be a free agent. And he's been awesome. He's been really, really good. I was trying to pull up the rush yards over expected, but it froze my video, so I can't do that. But he's like one of the top running backs in rush yards over expected per attempt by NFL Next Gen. He's gonna have a role somewhere if he is a free agent, and with them getting Jerome Ford and Murphy loves
Murphy is in on Dearness Johnson. I'm with Murphy. Let's do it.
I stand with Murphy, who got cucked at the dog park this week. He didn't eat a rat. This one's for you, Murph. I need to pull up that video, actually, Pat.
Yeah, pull up that video. I need
a little play-by-play of what happened at this video.
There's a lot of really good nuggets in it.
Yeah, so instead of saucing your teams tonight, we are going to analyze a dog park video here. So yeah, Pat, give me as much commentary. Set the stage for us. Where's this?
So I actually need to find out where this is because my buddy lives in Williamsburg. I don't know if it's in Williamsburg. It looks like it might be maybe Greenpoint. Anyway, it's in New York. So this is my friend here in the hoodie, which people are doing memes of him like the Jurassic Park meme, with the raptors, like this. Yeah, like it's Barstool tweeted this out today. Like it's gotten a ton of attraction. People are. One of the weird subplots of this is that the internet, in a way, like I didn't think I could like have through one tweet a much lower opinion of the internet than I do, but like I now I've been shocked at the reaction of this. That people think that the reaction of what's happening here is that New Yorkers are trying to protect a rat. That is a genuine, like, if you go through the quote retweets of this, the comments over and over and over again, people are like, what are they doing? Why are they trying to protect a rat? Classic New Yorkers trying to protect. Dude, the rats here are filled with rat poison and disease. No one is trying to protect a rat. Yeah, they're worried to death their dogs are about to get poisoned.
So
No
wait,
one gives a shit about the rat.
Are there memes of your buddy that's like the rat defender here, the Batman?
Yes.
To protect
Yeah.
the rat?
It's like, look at the New York lib defending the rat.
Stay away from the rat. You must be preserved at all
Yeah.
costs.
Yeah, it's like the rat's bodyguard. Look at the rat's bodyguard. It's like, that's not what's happening. And I cannot believe that's what you think is happening.
Have you gotten a cut? How is your buddy handling all of this? What does he think?
He's loving it. He's he's honestly loving it.
Is he could like he walk around Brooklyn, like go to a bar and get recognized tonight?
I think he might. Yeah, he's probably wearing that same hoodie open and gets recognized.
It's a white V-neck be like, yeah, that's me, guys. That's me.
Yeah, I'm the guy. I'm the guy who's
squatting around. He's moving around, pointing.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a good right there. Gets it. Still had it whole. Oh, but then just.
Oh, that we're gonna get out.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Now
hey,
watch-
look at your buddy pointing too when he starts to point.
Yeah.
He's already pointing from so far away. He's like, look at him coming in.
I love that he gets in position. He's like an offensive lineman. He gets in a very athletic pose here. He gets down into his quads.
Really?
He's into his quads here. He gets shuffled here in a minute.
Oh. That is so
Now,
good.
one fun subplot. Yes, Casey's got it. The woman in the background. Check out let it play from the beginning and just watch this woman she's in like a white sweater with the black dress.
On the bench?
So when right here, yeah, she comes in from the left. And when the dog gets the rat in its mouth, watch her face.
She puts her hands up like this.
She's horrified.
She did the YouTube thumbnail face.
She literally does.
This would be such a Brooklyn Halloween costume. The rat defender outfit.
Yeah, the rat defender.
And you see the woman on the bench she's in like jean shorts and a black, and she puts her hand up on her mouth like she's gasping. I wish I could zoom in.
I didn't
more
notice
for
her.
Yeah, watch this here. Okay, so she has her hands down, and then her hands go up. All the women's hands are they cannot believe what is happening. This is a good question. Where's the owner taking this rat for a walk?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whose rat that was. I do like that. Look at the Frenchie. The Frenchie is just like walking on the rat. It has no idea what to do. My buddy's dog knows exactly what to do. There's
like,
no hesitation.
Let me at him. The dog. I love
So
the dog.
A subplot to this is that I've watched this dog, and she has gotten a rat in her mouth when I watched her. She found a baby rat and got it in her mouth, and she broke the fucking rat's leg. And I jerked the leash back because I was like shocked because there's a rat in her mouth all of a sudden. And the rat was like limping away.
Hang on. I am because I want to make this bigger. I'm taking a screenshot of this and then gonna re-share this screen because this is absolutely incredible. Here, 1 second. This is one that just rewards repeat viewings here. Here we go.
It really does.
So this still right here. So the rat is mid-air. You have this dog being held back. It looks like 4 people are trying to hold back. You got these 2 dogs here just wrapped with attention. This girl's going up there. The lady on the bench already has her mouth agape.
My buddy's pointing through.
Buddy's already pointing.
He's already pointing. This could be a painting. This could be like a French painting.
Oh my God. I'm going to NFT this. I mean, I just love that. Like, you could see her mouth just there. It's just, oh my God. These two right here, these two dogs are kind of cracking me up.
They are, yeah, they're both looking at the rat.
The rat's tail. The rat's tail is like
her face right here.
It's so good.
This is so Brooklyn.
There's also a funny subplot with the Frenchie where after she releases, the dog tries to go back and she grabs him by the hips and pulls. It's quite funny.
Oh my goodness. That's how we end all of our draft streams. Going to the Pruder film on a rat loose in a Brooklyn dog park. Hey, King Coakley, that's a bit of a reach and just kind of uncalled for, I would say. Dog has a better spiral than Trey Lance.
More playing time Lance has had.
Next week, little treat. Our buddy Mike Leone is going to join us for a draft, so we'll figure out what we're specifically doing for that. But I think it might be fun to run back FFPC next week with Leone.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So today, this draft filled very quickly. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We will obviously tweet and talk about in the Discord when we are registering for that. Anything else going on with you guys here before we sign off?
Nope.
Just submitted a bunch of stuff for our draft guide, which should be out fairly soon. So look for that.
Very nice.
I'm still
Gretch?
outlining stuff.
Stealing bananas.
Yeah, I'm still outlining stuff. I said, we're doing a bunch of episodes on Stealing Bananas. That's always popping over there, but I haven't written it in a while, so gonna keep not writing.
Did either of you guys invite someone to this stream? Because someone just popped in the StreamYard hopper for a half second and dropped off.
I didn't share the link.
That's weird.
I was like, Pat, did you share this with your Brooklyn dog buddy and that he was jumping in?
I didn't.
Oh, I think, yeah. Let's. If is he in the hopper?
Someone was in the hopper for a half a second and then dropped off, and so I was asking. I did not share the link.
Brittany took a screenshot. She came over and she grabbed, and now I'm realizing she took a screenshot of the link, which is a really weird way to handle that. But so she screenshotted the link, or not screenshotted. She took a picture of the link and then must have sent it to my buddy.
Okay, so
and he's trying to watch the show, but he was about to get on the show.
He was about to be on the show.
I see what happened.
That's amazing.
I thought she was trying to get the StreamYard link so he could hop on the show, but she was just trying to get him the link to watch.
She probably was trying to get the link to the show to watch the show
it on YouTube.
And then he clicked the link, and now he's about to be on.
Oh God!
But it said so. The initial just said B. Is that Brittany or what's your buddy's name?
Well, I don't want to dox him.
I think it might have been Brittany who hopped on because she was probably trying to send the link and she put it in the browser and then it shows that someone was trying to get on. Man, this is elaborate. All right, we will get to the bottom of this mystery. We will see you guys in the Discord. We will see you guys next Wednesday here on Ship Chasing every Wednesday at 9:15 p.m. Keep your dogs safe out there. See you guys next time.